beauties, aloha from beautiful Maui, Hawaii. Today we're going to be talking about the differences between moisturizers and hydrators. So before I go on, I'd ask that you like, comment, and subscribe to this video and share it with anybody who may be interested. So the reason I wanted to talk about the differences between moisturizers and hydrators is because I want to correct the myth that's out there that oils and moisturizers are good for the skin. So this may be a surprise to you, but actually using moisturizers on the skin can have counterintuitive or negative effects. And the reason is because moisturizers, which contain oils, can actually be detrimental to the skin. You want hydration of the skin. You want the skin cells, which we call the keratinocytes, to hold on to water. So hydration is different than moisturization. So when dermatologists talk about skin hydrators, these are products in skincare lines and creams and serums that are going to induce your skin cells to hold on to water. And that's what we want. Patients sometimes come in and I'm always surprised that they're using oils on their skin or oil-based products. This is a negative thing for the skin. Oil is bad for the skin. It increases the sebaceous glands, it makes our skin stop working effectively, and it makes the skin cells act dysfunctionally, and this is not what you want. So the reason why oils are bad for the skin, and sometimes moisturizers containing oils can be bad for the skin, is because you're penetrating the deeper layers of the skin through the surface. So what happens is when you put an oil-based product on the surface of the skin, it transmits down into the deeper layers of the skin cells and signals them, hey, I'm hydrated, or hey, I have oil, or hey, I'm not dry, and to stop working. So basically, it induces the skin cells to become sleepy, lazy, they stop holding on to water, they stop being hydrated, they stop making things like collagen and elastin, and this is bad for the skin. This gives uneven texture and tone, it causes premature aging, it causes inflammation. These are all negative things on the skin. So I trained at UCLA, that's where I did my dermatology residency, and Dr. Zain Obaji is one of my greatest mentors, and I learned a lot of this from him. Overall skin health, you need to induce your body and your skin cells to do the work themselves. You can't passively just put oil on the top of the skin and expect an outcome, because what it does is it turns off your cells' regular normal activity. Instead, what you want to do is from within, using things like vitamin A, growth factors, antioxidants, you want to kick your skin cells into high gear to induce their natural regenerative processes, to make the skin healthy from the inside out, and to induce your skin to do the work itself, not passively make it think that it's hydrated by putting an oil on the top of the skin. So I hope this makes sense. It's kind of like going to the gym. You have to go into the gym and lift the heavy weights and tear up the muscle to make them hypertrophic, to make the muscles bigger. You need to go in and put your time to the gym to make big muscles. You can't just take a pill and have big muscles. You have to do the work and induce your body to do this on its own. And so that's why using good skincare products provides a hospitable environment that's going to induce your skin cells to hold on to water, to make collagen, to make elastin, and to have an increased cellular turnover. What I mean by that is you want a new generation of cells that is going to be prolific in regeneration and making collagen and elastin. And the reason why when you use a new skincare product that say contains retinol or contains vitamin A, the reason why you go through that period where you're a little bit red, dry, peely, and beat up is because you're basically getting rid of that old skin cell layer, all the layers of the skin cells that are dysfunctional, that are not communicating with one another well, that are not making collagen, that are not making elastin. They're making pigment in different areas, which gives them melasma and brown spots and an uneven texture and tone to the skin. Dilated pores because you have increased sebaceous glands, which makes the pores almost have the cue to orange or orange peel kind of look. So you want to get rid of that skin cell layer, and you want to have a new generation of cells that are hydrating themselves, holding onto water, binding water, increasing collagen synthesis, increasing elastin, and just evening out the melanin synthesis and the melanin distribution, which is the pigmentation that's all in one layer of the skin that gives that beautiful glow and gives that radiant look to the skin. So you can't just douse a cream on the skin and have it, act like a moisturizer. You need to induce your skin cells to bind up water and increase hydration. For example, we're here in Hawaii. The humidity is high. There's a lot of moisture in the air. That's why your skin, usually when you're in a tropical environment with increased humidity, looks its best. Right now, my skin feels very supple. It feels hydrated, and that's because there's a lot of moisture in the air. Versus if you're in altitude or in a very dry climate, like in Tahoe or in Mammoth or in the Alps, you're somewhere where there's low humidity, but not a lot of moisture in the air. That's why your skin feels dry and feels peely and feels irritated and red and chapped and windburned. So that's because there's water, there's moisture, there's hydration in the air. It's not because there's oil in the air. It's not because there's oil-based products in the air. Oil-based products are the worst thing that you can do to put on your skin. Now, a lot of patients ask about pore size. How do I make my pore size smaller? Or they'll have the misconception, I have oily skin, so I'll not age as fast. That's actually a paradox. That's actually not true, and I want to kind of debunk that myth that's out there, because the reason why pores look big is because there's little vellus hairs, almost like little peach fuzz hairs on our skin, even on our face. So that's different than the hair on our head, or different than like facial hair that men get. Those are called terminal hairs. The little vellus hairs are those little peach fuzz hairs that are on your skin, and they come out of little follicles, which are the pores. So what happens is when you have sebaceous glands in the skin, as we get older, even starting in our late to mid 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, they become more increased in number and size. So you guys probably see when I show you guys slides under the microscope, when you have these big sebaceous glands in the cells, those are produced of oil. Oil is not good for the skin. Water is what's good for the skin. So what happens is these little sebaceous glands under the microscope look like these big white foamy, they almost look like clouds, and they're surrounding the hair follicle. Well, as they get bigger and bigger and bigger in number, it kind of spreads out the opening of the hair follicle, which is the pore. So it goes from kind of being tight and small to this big, almost cone-shaped opening in the skin with more sebaceous glands. The more it gets stretched out, and that's why you get large pores. And that's what you don't want. So you want to minimize the sebaceous gland activity. You want to minimize oil production, and you want to increase binding of water and hydration naturally from within. So how do you do this? You could use skincare products which contain things like retinol, retin A. These are all vitamin A derivatives. So vitamin A is a crucial vitamin for all cells of our body, including the skin. What it does is it allows the skin cells to bind water. They go from looking like little raisins to little grapes. They basically bind water, they get hydrated, and then that manifests as beautiful skin. Your pore size gets smaller because your sebaceous glands start to decrease. This is the same thing like a Fraxel laser. What a Fraxel laser is, it carpet bombs the skin, and it just basically punches out little holes in the sebaceous glands, and they kind of involute and go away, and then you go from having these large pores to this porcelain, tiny, almost non-perceivable pores, which manifests in this beautiful, smooth, tight, beautiful skin. And so what you want to do is you want to induce your skin cells to bind water and to synthesize collagen, to synthesize elastin, and just to kind of wake up and act like they did when you were a kid or an adolescent or in your early 20s. So that's how these skincare products work. Putting oil is just going to signal the cells to stop working and to stop hydrating themselves, because they passively think, oh, I'm hydrated, I have oil on the surface. But down in the lower levels of the skin, where the new stem cells are making the future generation of skin cells, it's going to downregulate that, and it's going to stop the cells from communicating with one another, and it's going to manifest in dysfunctional, uneven skin, uneven texture and tone, premature aging, and unevenness in the pigmentation, which presents with sunspots, brown spots, melasma, chloasma, and all the brown patchy pigmentation of the skin. So my job is just to educate you and just to tell you hydration is more important than moisturization. And so moisturizers are usually oil and water, or oil-based products. You want to have hydrators that have retin A, vitamin C, antioxidants, growth factors like cosaminoglycans, ceremides, and all of these products that are going to allow your skin cells to function healthy and properly and to bind water themselves. So if you think of as all the little skin cells as little drinks, they're plump, they're full of water, they're hydrated, they're happy, the skin looks smooth with even pigment, texture, and tone, versus little shriveled up raisins that are covered with oil on the top, and they stop working underneath because they think that they're hydrated. So this is a hard concept to get across. Even when I was teaching the dermatology residents and medical students, it's a very hard concept to get your head around, but hopefully this makes sense. If it doesn't, I'm happy to explain further. You can make comments and ask me questions. I'd be happy to get back to you. But just when you're buying products, make sure that they're increasing the hydration of your skin and not just passively putting oil on the surface of the skin. It's going to temporarily feel good and feel nice, but it's going to dysregulate those deeper layers of the skin and not manifest with the best skin possible. So So in closing, I wanted to mention something. I know a lot of you guys are going to ask me to list the products, and you guys always like to ask me what my favorites are, and I'm happy to share that with you. But it's important for me to just get the knowledge out and to educate you, so when you guys are shopping for different skincare products, you know what to look for. I'm not paid by any company to recommend any certain skin line or brand. I do like brands that are backed by science and that actually have true results. But my job for you is to educate you so you know what to look for. So instead of recommending a certain skin line, I want to tell you guys what to look for and the importance of mixing up your skincare products. So using some type of vitamin A derivative is essential, either in the form of retinol or a retin A derivative, tazarotene, tretinoin. Any vitamin A derivative is essential in your usually nighttime skincare regimen. Retinol is okay during the day as well. Using antioxidants, which are going to bind up free radicals. Free radical scavengers keep your skin healthy on a cellular level. So vitamin C, vitamin A derivatives, like we just talked about with retinol, using ferulic acid, coffee berry, kojic acid, azelaic acid. All of these free radical binders are important, not only in skincare products, but actually taking them in supplements as well. And so an additional component of a good skincare product is using different products that are going to increase the humectant capacity of the skin, that are going to allow your skin cells to bind up water. So ceremides, you hear us talk about glycosaminoglycans. Dermatologists always talk about GAGs, which are GAGs, or glycosaminoglycans like heparin sulfate, guanine sulfate. All of these different humectants are going to allow your skin to bind water. And then last but not least, of course, growth factors are really important as well, and have a potent anti-aging effect. So it's not just one skincare line that I like over another. It's just mainly knowing what the ingredients to look for and why you want these ingredients in your products is really important. So knowledge is power. I love to educate you guys, and I love to share my knowledge with you and just want to empower you, so when you buy products, you're buying the right thing and you're not falling for misconceptions like putting oil on the skin. Skin health is a difficult concept to get. I know you guys are smart and you're thirsty for this information and you're so receptive to my teaching, and I'm really appreciative of that. And I hope this makes sense. If not, I can do another video explaining it further. Thank you for watching, and aloha.